Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Ameridike Parsha in the Parsha of Yosef and the dreams. Well, he said today, Yosef is Zoicha Vayiritzu min habar. Vayiritzu min habar. Yosef's for 2 years in the jail, and he's wondering why he's in jail, why he's there so long. He told us our mashkin in last week's parsha, his kaitani, and we mentioned now that we know he was punished 2 years. He was punished 2 years for mentioning to Parot twice the word his kaitani to remind. Told us our mashkin to remember to speak to Parot, to say to Parot. 2 times mentioned his kaitani, he was punished. And the Mefarshim asked the question that why was he punished twice for 2 years? The first time he said his kaitani, that was fair, that was proper shtadlus. So the Bemis, we're going to say 3 mahalchim with this question. First mahalch is we do a Shem, the Achroinim, the Chaim, the Shemishkab, that Be'emes, the question is, we would have said it 1 time, he would have punished 1 year, that was the shtadlus. The Teretz is though, when he said it the second time, that was a Gilui Mafreya, that was a revelation, retroactively, that the whole thing was not because it was a shtadlus, it was because the Chesron B'tachan. Therefore he got punished even for the first time. The Beis HaLevi in this week's parish, the beginning of Miketz, goes into his famous Yisoid. Vayi Miketz Nosayim Yom. There he speaks of Gavaldik Yisoid. He says that the Shtadlus is totally for the level of Bitochen. The famous kuntras of the Beis HaLevi, that the Shtadlus is totally on your level of Bitochen. If you're on a greater level of Bitochen, so then you don't make any Shtadlus. The closer you are to Bari Olam, you don't have to make any Shtadlus. And therefore Yosef, he brings a posik and he brings a medrash that Yosef was taken on Murdika. Yosef was the highest level of bitochen, and therefore for Yosef that was a chesron. And for us that would be a normal shtaz, it could be even 2 times. We're not holding on that level. But for Yosef, it was a different level of bitochen. And therefore for Yosef, even 1 time was. But I want to say maybe it's Al Derech HaBeis HaLevi, that the whole mitzias of Yosef in the bar, in the Beis HaSoyar, and the whole mitzias of his whole going down to Mitzrayim, there was a gavaldik narrative going on over here. It was an unbelievable picture set in front of him of a direct mahalach. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, everything that was happening, he was sold, and then he goes into Beis Potiphar, and he gets into the jail, and in the jail, but it was very rare that these people were chota, especially he found the rock. All the things that came out, that happened, that the Sarah Oifas HaMashka there was mamish modna. Rashi says it brings it because there was a big tumult. Everyone was talking about this ma'aseh with Yosef, and Hashem wanted to take it away. But he happened to be in there. Okay, they're there. Say that's one. Then they have a dream. And Yosef interprets the dream they're going out. The Bereshim setting the path. It's very clear what's happening over here. It could be to anybody. The time on Yosef was that the narrative is going smooth. Don't get in the way. Sometimes we see the Bereshit running the way, and we try to do something to get everybody. What are you getting in the way? Let the Bereshit feels like the matzah. So Mela could be even the first time Rabbi said that was the time on Yosef even mentioning anything, because the Bereshit showing you very, very clear. And like Rabbi Choni ended very nice that when he came out of the bar, what was his first words when he came out of the bar, and Parah brings in front of him. Right away, he said, he saw that the Mahalach was the Mahalach was the Bereshim setting the way, setting the path. He's showing it very clear, the Nisim ונפלאות, and therefore the Yisoid is when Hashem is showing the Nisim ונפלאות, don't get in the way. Now is not a time to make your own ishtadlus. The Bereshim showing he had the path is clear in front of you. His katani even 1 time is a chesron. And I believe that in Lamaisa, we're in a time of the Gavaldik side now. We started today's Chanukah. I just want to mention that Lamaisa, the Gemara says in Shabbos Chafal from Beis, that when the Gemara talks about the Yontif of Chanukah says, my Chanukah, Alez and Eskavu, says Rashi, but the Yisroel of Chanukah that says that they found in the Pachechad, it wasn't enough for one day, and they went and lived for 8 days. Therefore, the Shana Acheres, Kovim v'Osub Yom Tovim b'Halal v'Yidah. Rashi says, the ganze Yontif of Chanukah is about Halal v'Yidah. That's the whole Yontif of Chanukah. Chanukah is about saying Hallel and saying V'Yidah. That's the person wants to know what do we do on Chanukah. The Yisod of all Chanukah is Halal v'Yidah, is Ruchni Rabbeisai. Because as the Levush says, since the Skabrus was the whole Yontif of Chanukah was in of Ruchnius, not like Purim. Purim they were after our Guf. Chanukah they didn't care about it to kill us. They just wanted to misyavin us. They wanted to change us. They wanted to destroy us, and not just they, but we had also the misyavnin, the people who were already influenced. I always say, when we noiser kankanim nasan esla shoshanim. What's pshat? Why are we called shoshanim? Why are we called Shoshana? Why do they call it a rose? What's Shoshana? I want to tell the Pshat to say, a rose grows amongst thorns. But there's also another thing in a rose. In the stem itself it has thorns. So the Pshat, the rose is, and the chutzpah, it's surrounded by thorns that try to puncture it. It also grows, the stem has thorns. Around it, that's the Yevonim. The stem with the thorns is the Misyavnim. The Yidden themselves, who are part of us, who are growing with us, they're also trying to destroy the rose. That's what they had to handle. Not only the Yevonim, but the Misyavnim. B'nei Vina Yemei Shmoina Chizuk Shiur. That they were B'nei Vina. What were they B'nei Vina? So they understood, many pshat, one pshat is B'nei Vina, they understood that this Yontif is not about, it's nothing to do with celebrating the Guf necessarily. Chizuk Shiur and Nonim, they were covered the Yontif B'Halal v'Yidah because the ganze attack was to misyavin us, to make us mamish like the Goyim. And the Baruch Shalom at this site showed us miracles, Nisim, ונפלאות at Ein Shira. And therefore, the site is a time to be halal lahoidas, to praise the Baruch Shalom for the oimek halev, and to ask the Baruch Shalom koshes for murdik siyat nishma. I just want to end with a murdik shtickle. In Simon Tov Reish Pei Beis, Sifal in the Ramah says over there for the Kol Boy. He says that a person who forgets, it's no Gershman Esrei, a person forgets al Anisim, hopefully you shouldn't forget. So in the kind of tzar, we say harxman ya'ase ניסים ונפלאות kayom heim b'zman hazeh, and everybody attacks this Kol Boy. How could it be, Rabbi Yisai? How could it be that a person could say such a tefillah? It's that we spoke about it. It's a pellet gezach to say such a tefillah. Harxman ya'ase ניסים ונפלאות. We're not allowed. How are you allowed to ask Kosh to do a nace for you? It's not. The Gemara brings in Tainus. On the Chavtalon based the mice with Rava. The Rava once had a nace, and he asked the person to do a nace to bring rain in the Sekuvas Tammuz. The next day, his father came to him in a dream and says, "Shani duchtech, change your place." You matriach the Kodesh Baruch Hu, and that next morning there were knives all around his bed. To be a triach the Kodesh Baruch Hu. So he said a knesh like this: that why is it that you're not allowed to ask a Kodesh Baruch Hu to do a nace for you? Why can't you ask Kodesh Baruch Hu to do a nace? Teretz says Kodesh Baruch Hu runs the world al pi teva, nature. Hagam nature gematria is elokim, teva gematria elokim. But a person wants to work on nature because we want to have bechira. The tachlis is to be boicha. If you see nace, you're not going to be boicha. So it's a chutzpah to ask the Kodesh Baruch Hu to do nace. He want to change how he's running the bria. That all is honey mili when you see the Baruch Hu running the world derech teva. But if it's a sight from days, you see the Baruch Hu doing days, so you can it's nice also. They ask a kasha. What's the pshat? They lit the oil. Some say they split it up. Ain't servichan al nace. Not be servichan al nace. The pellet de gezach. They took the oil. It could be the sort of ain't servichan al nace. If you see the anhaga is anhaga of teva. If it's anhaga, Baruch Hu's running the world at the nace, so you can be servichan al nace also. So that's why you're allowed to divide the oil. So mainly here also. That they're not to ask Kodesh Baruch Hu miracles because it's a sight from teva, but it's sight kayom heim b'zman hazeh. It's a sight now from miracles. It's man from need. We're going back to that man of nace. It's man of nace. Yes, Kodesh Baruch Hu harxman ya'ase ניסים ונפלאות kayom heim b'zman hazeh.